Bitcoin breaks record. What a great weekend. I had fun, did you? What did you do for fun this past weekend? I went parasailing and hung out on the beach. Hello and welcome to another high-energy episode of the Bitcoin Street Journal podcast, hosted by Anna. In today's episode, we're covering some of the most exciting developments in the world of Bitcoin and crypto. From record-breaking hash rates to massive corporate buy-ins and a new Bitcoin movement in Mexico, it's time to dive into what's shaping the future of money. Mexico's third-richest man eyes Bitcoin for his entire portfolio. One of the most significant news pieces coming out of Mexico is that the country's third-richest man is contemplating allocating 100% of his investment portfolio into Bitcoin. This move could signal a shift in the way high-net-worth individuals perceive Bitcoin and its potential as a safe haven asset. As the world grapples with inflation and a looming economic crisis, many are starting to understand that Bitcoin is more than just a speculative asset. It's a hedge against the corruptible, inflation-prone nature of fiat currencies. Could this be the tipping point for Bitcoin adoption among the global elite? As more billionaires look at Bitcoin's impressive store of value qualities, we might just be seeing the start of a mass adoption trend, especially in places like Latin America, where Bitcoin's decentralized nature offers an attractive alternative to unstable local currencies. Bitcoin is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's often said that Bitcoin is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and with each passing day, this statement rings truer than ever. The more people buy and hold Bitcoin, the more its price increases, attracting more attention and driving further demand. This phenomenon is creating a cycle that is feeding itself. With Bitcoin's price rising, its status as a store of value is solidified, which in turn encourages more people to buy into the asset. It's a beautiful paradox, and its effects are rippling through the market. What's exciting is that this self-reinforcing dynamic is being noticed by everyone from small retail investors to institutional giants. And as we see more people stacking SATs, we're watching Bitcoin become an increasingly prominent player in the global financial ecosystem. Bitcoin donation for Ross Ulbricht, a game changer for freedom. In a monumental move, 300 Bitcoin, worth over $30 million, has been donated to Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road. This donation, one of the largest ever made to a single individual in the crypto space, is not just a show of financial support, but a bold statement about Bitcoin's power to influence freedom. Ross Ulbricht, who was sentenced to life in prison for his role in creating Silk Road, has become a symbol of the decentralization movement and the push for freedom in a world increasingly governed by centralized authorities. This donation has sparked a broader conversation about Bitcoin's role in liberating individuals from unjust systems. It's a reminder that Bitcoin is not just about financial independence. It's also about fighting for a more just and equitable world. Bitcoin hash rate hits new record, a glimpse of the future. Breaking news. The Bitcoin hash rate has just hit a new all-time high of 920 exahashes per second, EHS. This is an extraordinary achievement, reflecting the strength and resilience of the Bitcoin network. As more miners join the Bitcoin ecosystem, the security and stability of the network continue to grow, making it even more resistant to attacks and censorship. The surge in hash rate also speaks to the growing confidence in Bitcoin's long-term future. As the network becomes more decentralized and its infrastructure strengthens, Bitcoin is becoming a more formidable competitor to traditional financial systems. This is just one more reason to be bullish on Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's Bitcoin buying spree, strategies ongoing accumulation. Michael Saylor is back in the headlines once again, as his company, MicroStrategy, continues its relentless Bitcoin buying spree. Over the past several weeks, MicroStrategy has purchased millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, further solidifying its position as one of the largest corporate holders of the digital currency. With over 580,000 Bitcoin in its reserves, Saylor's strategy has been to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible, using the company's balance sheet to fuel its long-term growth. Saylor's philosophy: Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value, and by holding it on the balance sheet, MicroStrategy is positioning itself for the future. This approach, which mirrors the tactics of other companies such as Tesla and Square, is becoming more widespread as institutions realize the potential for Bitcoin to act as a hedge against fiat currency devaluation.
Bitcoin halving progress 28% towards the next event.
The Bitcoin halving is on the horizon, with the latest data showing that we are 28% of the way through the next halving cycle. This event, expected in 2026, will reduce the rewards miners receive for verifying transactions, making Bitcoin even more scarce. Historically, Bitcoin halvings have been followed by substantial price increases, and this upcoming halving is expected to continue that trend. As we move closer to the halving, expect to see increased volatility in the Bitcoin price as market participants position themselves for the next big surge. This event is a key factor that many investors are keeping their eyes on.
Bullish signal. Public companies buy 95,000 plus Bitcoin in Q1 2025.
Public companies continue to double down on Bitcoin, with over 95,000 BTC purchased in the first quarter of 2025. This record-breaking buying spree highlights the increasing acceptance of Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class for corporate treasuries. Companies like MicroStrategy, Tesla, and Square have paved the way for others to follow suit, and as more institutional money pours into Bitcoin, its role as a global financial asset becomes more entrenched. With Bitcoin proving to be a superior store of value, it's no surprise that corporate giants are taking notice. This trend is expected to continue, further fueling the bullish momentum in the market.
Final thoughts, the road ahead for Bitcoin.
As we close out today's episode, one thing is clear. Bitcoin's momentum is undeniable. From major purchases by corporations to record hash rates and individual billionaire investments, Bitcoin is poised for even greater things. But as always, before you buy Bitcoin, make sure you understand its underlying purpose and potential. Bitcoin isn't just an asset, it's a movement, a self-fulfilling prophecy that is gaining strength every day. It's more than a financial tool. It's a vision for a decentralized future, one where individuals have control over their own wealth and freedom. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of the Bitcoin Street Journal podcast. Don't forget to check out the bitcoinstreetjournal.com for more in-depth analysis, and be sure to subscribe, like, and share the podcast. Join us on Nostr to dive deeper into today's topics. And as always, a huge shout out to our loyal plebs for supporting us with Zaps. I know you will be back. See you on the next block.